Hi friends, so we took some time, this is Mittry Lake, this is BLM land, beautiful place. So we took some time when we were here to install my MaxxAir roof vent fan. So you see I've got the center pad pulled down, and there's existing wire runs up in this area for the clearance lights and the rear scene lights and flasher lights that used to be there. So a lot of wire looms already existing down this center area here. So the fan, because of these support struts, the fan won't be going right in the middle. So obviously I don't want to cut those support struts that are there for the roof. So we're going to be setting it off over to the side, and gonna have to sacrifice this one dome light because it's right exactly where we're going to be putting the fan. So I mean, the dome lights are way too bright anyways, even on the low setting. I am gonna put some not as bright bulbs in them, some LEDs. I don't use them a lot. I use my LED under counter lights mostly, but I would like to use the ceiling light. So this one here is going to be sacrificed. You see the insulation in there is going to be pulled out around where we're going to be cutting the hole, and it'll be real simple. The wires will come down the center, and then they'll just jump right under this cover panel and go right over to the fan. So from a wiring standpoint, shouldn't really be too difficult at all. So the fan that I picked is the MaxxAir Deluxe, Max Fan Deluxe, and this has a remote that came with it, and it's a little more expensive, but it has two directions, so you can either blow air out of the truck or you can blow air inside, and it comes with the remote. So I think for the added cost, I think it's worth it to have those options. You can see Lefty keeps an eye on me, everything I do. So jumping up on the roof here, I've marked out the hole, and this is a kind of a standard size for these roof vent fans, both the MaxxAir and then the Fantastic fan. I think they all use a 14 by 14 inch opening. So again, it's not in the center of the truck. It's off to the side a bit because of those strut supports. So now we're gonna be cutting this hole out. We're using a jigsaw with a metal blade, and I didn't get any video of actually cutting it, but I'm sure you can imagine. We started by drilling a pilot hole in the corner, and then with the jigsaw. So it wasn't difficult at all. This aluminum is not super thick, but we were able to cut through it with the metal blade, and I used a fine metal blade. So now here I've popped the fan in from up top. Now it has screws from the top that screw it down to the roof, and I got all those screwed in, and that's basically the structural installation of the fan is complete at this point. Now there's a trim piece that goes in that kind of fills it. It's a beautification ring that goes in from the inside and cleans it up and covers up your exposed insides of your roof. So now those two wires, the black and the white wire, I'm going to run them straight up the middle here, all the way up to my 12-volt closet right there. So you guys have seen inside this closet before. I've got a bus bar, and the wires are going to get in there and connect up to that bus bar. Now I got to take a look at where I'm going to mount this remote control. It's totally wireless remote control. with a cradle so it can go anywhere. And I think I'm going to end up putting it near the door. That's my carbon monoxide detector right there. So that's an option, is to put it there or right over here by the outside door. And that's actually where I did end up installing it. So just 2 screws, or you can use double-sided tape. I did screw it in. 2 screws to hold the cradle, and then the remote pops in and out of it real easily. That's my daughter right there. So here's the look at it from inside. So again, I had to mount it off center. It's a nice clean install, really not difficult to do. You cut the hole, you attach it from the top, and then you add this trim ring on the inside, which is just a beauty ring, really. So it's just screwed into these to the panel here, because it's not anything to do with the support of the fan. It's just a trim ring. So it's fully installed, and then I did end up adding the remote control. I mounted it over here, so it's got a little cradle that it comes with, just a couple of screws, zipped it in there, and I typically yank this out of here, push the buttons, and then slip it back in when I'm done. So I ran the wires, you know, all the way up underneath here, and then I think you can see them right there. They come down and they zip along, and then they jump inside the cabinet right there, through the wood, and then they're attached inside the 12-volt power cabinet here. So really wasn't a difficult install at all. Anybody thinking about doing it, just go ahead and do it. Cutting the hole in your vehicle, once you've got that done, it's just about running the wiring. You know, once you've cut the hole, you're just screwing it down, you know, using butyl tape and Dicor to seal it up, and then you run the wiring to it. It's really not a difficult install at all. I would encourage anybody thinking about doing it, as long as you've got the tools to make the cut in your vehicle, whatever you have, metal or fiberglass, whatever it is. We used a jigsaw with a metal blade to cut through the top up there. It's aluminum on this truck. Really simple. So you hit the power button, it makes a beep, the lid opens up, and the fan is working. So I don't know if you can hear it. It's on 30% speed right now with the air blowing out. So this fan, this is the model that can blow either inside, can blow air out or blow air in. So if you look at the remote here, you can see the readout says that it's on, that the lid is open, and that it's at speed 30%, and that the air is going out. It even shows you what the room temperature is, and it has a setting you can use. If you look on the middle button there where it says auto, if you set the temperature, turn it on auto, it will adjust the speed of the fan depending on what the temperature is that you've set it and what the temperature is inside the truck. So I haven't used that. You know, obviously it's winter right now, so I use it mainly for in the afternoons when it gets warmer. I'll turn it on at about 20 or 30% to get some breeze coming through. Very quiet. You really got to crank it up like 60-70% before you really start hearing it. So running at this speed, very quiet. Doesn't bother my television watching at all. Okay, that's it for the fan install. Thank you everybody for watching the video. I hope this was a little bit informative for you. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please hit the subscription button, hit the bell notification so you know when I release new videos. I try to keep them regular for everybody. And give me a thumbs up if you like it. and a thumbs down if you don't. Bye, friends.